Okay.
We are recording.
That was recording, though. Jesus Christ, we are never going to keep this to half.
Okay.
All right.
It's only 1 minute.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Wait.
Are we set?
Okay.
We are.
I got it. Okay. Are we ready?
I think so.
Okay.
Joe
They
Pesci.
always screw you at the drive-through.
Start this episode, Logan.
Episode started. Welcome, everybody, to the
Finals?
best episode
Finals.
ever of our longed
So far.
career so far.
Championship.
The championship episode.
You're too close.
Am I?
Yeah, you were very red.
Am I? Oh. Okay. So anyway, welcome everyone.
so
This
excited
is
he's yelling.
mid. I am just so pumped for this.
I am, man. This is it. This is what
I
we've
got
been
half a
working
chub
for.
right now. I
This
might
is the
be
big one.
All these 18 weeks we've been
I might be fully erect by the end of this episode.
Oh shit! I was about to take a drink.
Whoa.
I'll take a
Wow,
drink.
look at this guy.
That's
He's
what
trying to
I-
get ahead of himself.
Yeah, cheers.
Welcome
Cheers to the final
everybody.
episode on the
This is Midnight Movie Distillery. While these some bitches are drinking and not letting me do that, I'm going to actually introduce the show.
Where's your drink?
Midnight Movie Distillery. It's on the ground.
Good place for it.
I'm one of your hosts, Logan Lynch. This is the story of a girl.
Warwick Price.
Is it Warwick or is it Warwick?
It's
Warwick.
Warwick.
Okay, thanks.
Price.
Yeah, I was just clarifying that.
Why do you enunciate the
viewers
W
out
in the
there.
first place? Why don't you say
Warwick.
Auric?
No, it's
Because
just
who would
Warwick.
say it? Auric? There's a W in the front.
When I was in elementary school, they used to call me Eric.
There you go.
Because
What?
Because the kids couldn't pronounce my name.
Nice.
Because they're all fucking stupid.
And I believe several of them work for you now.
Yeah, there you go.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, who are you?
I don't even know anymore.
Who's this guy?
But we'll pretend I'm Lon Black.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go.
So,
All right.
So today,
this is
everyone-
we
this
need
is a
like claps
big
for this
episode.
one because
like,
this has been
we need to like
huge.
overlay some sounds and
Yeah, we need like
the crowd
we need that
that's in front of
what
us.
is that DJ sound where it's like
Well, you just
There it
did
is.
it, so I don't have to add it. You just did it.
yeah
It's like Pitbull.
yeah Dolly. All right.
Anyway, this is the final. This is the final episode, the final countdown
Championships.
of our bracket for bourbons that are the $40 price point. That's 35 to 45 for anyone who's really actually checking. And then our 70s horror movies. So let's look at what our final pairing is for our brackets for the bourbon.
Bourbons.
So now we are down to, and I'll recap gently, but
That's what she said.
because this is the final episode.
This is you can
It's
recap.
important.
Yes.
So we did have, as the champion on the top, Long Branch has beat out
he is anxious.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
fucking Alki. You want to chill out?
Alki Bartokamus.
Long Branch has beaten out Rose's Small Batch, Four Roses Small Batch, which I'm shut.
You'll
the
get there.
fuck.
I think somebody's
And
been
then it
drinking.
beat out. And then it beat out Few. Are you a horse now? Listen to you. What is this? Is it like a fucking horse? Is it Warwick or like Silver?
I'm feeling a little hoarse.
Oh God.
It beat out Few,
Yep.
which I'm also very surprised at. And now it's up against Russell. Russell's beat out Remus, Uncle Remus, or
Yep.
no, George Remus.
There-
Getting close.
Harold Remus.
We've been a few
That's
episodes
Remus.
in. And it beat out, which I thought was a bad choice, beat out Woodford Reserve.
Yeah.
You did not agree with us on that one.
No, I didn't. I picked Woodford Reserve, but you guys think Russell's made it.
Yeah.
It was better.
Yeah.
I think
No
you're
denying
wrong.
it.
But they were pretty close.
That was.
I still think they were
it's
pretty
the
close.
nice thing is I'm actually picking up on some of this stuff, and it's getting. It seemed like every step of the way it just got harder and harder.
Of course, that's the idea, and that's great. And
We're
that's
not on
what
our
she
camera, so
said.
they can't.
Damn it! Oh, I'm looking
So,
at it.
so
All
for,
right.
for people who are listening, Lon and Logan just made a funny face. And
Oh, because we're still on the bourbon.
Yeah,
We're the bourbon
yeah.
brag.
No, they don't need to see my
and
face.
silently we went, that's what she said.
Yes, in our heads, but then we looked at each other. It was
We
that
missed so
stare.
many opportunities of good video. Okay, but now let's tease
Oh,
the
okay.
movie.
Go back.
So let's go back to the movies.
Okay.
Movies.
So now we've got The Omen, which has beat out Body Snatchers, or beat out Halloween
of the Body-
and Black Christmas, which was
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
But it beat out Halloween,
Yes.
much to Logan's dismay. But
That
now
was a girl.
it's up against Alien, which has taken on Suspiria and The Exorcist and still won.
And I'm
by
going to say
unanimous
yes.
decision.
I think is that the
That
first time we've had a unanimous decision?
No.
I think Halloween was against Body Snatchers was unanimous.
Yes.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
And I think Exorcist against Phantasm was unanimous.
Yes, I agree.
Even though I like Phantasm
Well,
a
shit.
lot.
Then I don't know what
But-
the hell.
but-
I'm
but
talking-
I will
Then again,
say-
I didn't remember.
But I will
beating
say,
Halloween.
I thought I was going to be the lone Alien fan
Really?
in the last
And it was a
one.
landslide. Not a landslide, but it was unanimous.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean...
At this point, there are no landslides.
Right.
Yeah.
And we, as we talked in the last episode, I mean, it's...
You can put us back on, by the way.
You don't have to.
As we talked in the last episode,
I guess I could have done it too.
it was close. It was close because it was... We talked up Exorcist. You know, we talked up of all the great things that Exorcist provided. It was the start of a genre, subgenre at least, that has been copied many, many times and rarely bettered. And, you know, Alien was in the same boat. It's like, you know, it really kind of started a lot of the kind of sci-fi horror that is now, you know, a lot more common. But Alien overall, and we talked about some of this off camera, but like Alien overall was just, at the end of the day, was a better, enjoyable overall movie. I mean, it's...
And so to move on from that, since we've already done that the last episode, we're
I
gonna
think
move
somebody
on to this
likes
episode.
Alien over here.
Jesus Christ.
No, so we're going to go into the bourbons.
Let's
on this one.
bourbon it up.
Oh,
Bourbon.
baby.
All right, so now I'm going to keep things rolling as far as
all right, I'm gonna
talking.
start sipping it.
I'm going to keep talking just so that these guys can actually get the good stuff.
okay,
Since
okay.
they actually know a little bit more. I'm going
God
to say
damn
a
it.
lot bit more. Uh-oh.
Okay, they
Uh-oh.
smell exactly the same to me.
Good. That's how it should be. It should be
So the
tough. Oop.
The
Yep.
problem is, it's like I remember the smell.
Oops. I remembered it well.
That's what she said.
It's disgusting.
If you said I should call
If
her,
you
that
got
would
a
have
woman
been
who's telling you I
racist.
remember the smell,
No. There's a couple. And one, no, okay.
okay, I'm starting to get some distinction.
I've done our
How do you
smell.
feel on the scent side?
They
so-
smell delicious.
So they do both smell delicious. Now, as this one smells a lot more.
You gonna go dusty
Shit,
again?
You were not.
I'm going to go dusty.
Because you're dusty.
I'm not agreeing on
proved
the
to be
dusty
what
side
You
this
thought
time.
was Woodford turned out to be
Russell's.
Russell's.
Well, and that's what I mean. So I was like, this is a lot more recent for me, and so
whole week.
well, that exactly. And so like that one, I can totally
Holy
tell.
shit! You were not kidding.
Well, that is.
Son of a bitch.
These
This
are pretty
this
fucking
schnoz is having
close.
troubles right here.
Yeah.
But again, let's go back to when we reviewed when we did Long
Oh,
Branch
that's so
against Four Roses.
Yeah.
And we were very, very clear then on what we thought was Four Roses versus Long
Branch.
Branch, and ultimately we were completely wrong.
I think so. Are we gonna have to
Right.
like? This is. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna have to. I might have to go 3 sips at least. Deep
Oh
on
yeah,
this.
I'm gonna go 4, and I think on this one.
Yeah. Should we say
Oh my
three?
God.
3 fingers.
This one is so.
So here's the problem with
All right.
this.
You guys talk while I sip.
You got it.
Oh my God.
All right, wait, are you guys sipping already?
I did.
sipping,
I'm
but
one
you can,
sip
you
in.
can
One sip
smell.
I've been smelling.
in. Okay.
You've been smelling, and now you can sip.
He's always been smelling. If you
Yes.
think about it.
I have to sit
But-
next to him.
But
A little warm up here.
I will say that this is supposed to be hard. We are coming down to
Sort of like a porno.
the winner of the $40 range,
Oh my God.
which is a big
Uh-oh.
deal.
Wow.
No. Oh my God. In a complicated way.
Right, because they're both really good. So here's the differences. They both have slightly different profiles.
Absolutely.
They both have slightly different scents, although really they smell pretty fucking close. But the difference is they're both really good.
Right.
There's no loser here.
Yeah, I mean, I can clearly tell what the Russells is.
Oh, you said that last time. And
Right,
you were
but
wrong.
the difference is this was only a week ago.
A week ago.
A week ago.
WEAK.
You can claim that, but,
But-
you might still be wrong.
But I still agree.
You've been wrong in like 5 of these brackets.
Maybe that's what we
except
should
for
be
the one
finding.
movie.
Brackets of bourbon. You've been wrong on 5 of them. I think could be 5, could be 6.
I think he's just making shit up.
I'm totally pulling that out of my ass.
But
All right, I'm finally drinking.
but to your point, it's like even though I think I can clearly define which these are,
But which one
when
do you like
when
better?
I taste them, They are both amazing.
Right. Which do you like better?
I wouldn't better.
And mind you, we talked the shit out of these bourbons before. So we can compare them, but mentioning just like specific notes I don't really think we need to overkill these. I think we know.
Oh God, this is
Well,
wrong.
we know, but they're two good bourbons. The point here is not to pick them apart, but to say which one's better than the other.
No,
and
we're
why.
not picking apart. Usually, we're trying to just find the. It's like you've mentioned before. Who was it? Whiskey Tribe. You said it's.
I like Whiskey
the bourbon. How you like it, the way you. I don't fucking remember.
It's the bourbon you like, the way you like it.
Something like that.
Jesus, like you never watched the
Hey
show.
man, it's something.
They'll never know who the fuck
So,
we are, but we know who they
honestly, this is not easy at all. Which I get it. That's the intention, but I was hoping it would be kind of like the last episode. Like I had a clear winner on the first sip of each.
are. On this round?
Yeah, I don't have that on this.
Wait. You had a clear winner on the first sip of this round.
Of last round.
Last round. On the
Even
semifinal-
though
on the
you
semifinal.
thought,
Yeah.
but you had a clear winner, but you thought the wrong bourbon was the right bourbon,
Correct, but it was a taste thing. I went based off of
which is what you're supposed to do.
correct. I'll be like, I want the name. No,
Well,
no, but it
people
was just
might lean that
like
way.
this one. I'm shit. This is gonna.
Well, I mean, I think
I might even have to wait until the end of the episode. No, I'm kidding. I won't.
So I think to the point of what you're trying to say, it's. I thought the last episode when we did the semis of Russell and Long Branch,
No, Woodbridge.
Woodford.
Woodford.
What did I say? Woodbridge.
Wood branch.
Wood Branch. There you go.
Some
Hey,
combination.
we could just make our own whiskey. There you go. Wood Branch.
I thought
Black Wood Branch.
I thought that was difficult,
Yeah.
but this is impossible.
Oh,
I agree.
Yeah, this is-
very, very
Like
God.
this is literally I know we have to technically pick a
technically
winner
and specifically pick one.
because that is literally the point
that
of
would
what
be-
we're doing.
literally
I
the
think
point
our
of what we're
listeners
doing.
would love
So,
to say,
yes,
you know
you
what?
do.
We
It's
never.
a
There was
tie,
no. It was a
people.
tie. Sorry, everybody gets a ribbon.
Wow.
Fuck.
Participation awards for
Yes. Thanks for coming along, people.
But so with that vein in place,
Is that VEI or VAIN?
well, I knew you'd go there. But it's I
Is it
think
a blue vein?
I think I have a winner
Oh,
already.
everybody. I do not. I'm 3 sips in, going for the third on this one, but 3 sips in, I don't have a clear winner.
But it's funny because it's like
I got a water.
I mean,
water
so now,
whiskey.
do you don't feel like if you pick something? Because I know I'm going to go on Long Branch. You know that has that stigma of usually if a celebrity backs it, it's got a bad, not name, but it's got a bad omen about it, and it usually kind of it's looked down upon, right? Like in the field, right? If somebody says
what?
if there's a celebrity behind it, right?
You think that
sure.
it's
Gimmick.
it's a
It's a
sub
gimmick.
Gimmick, thank you.
It's a sub quality product
Sure.
because they needed the celebrity to kind of pump it up a little bit.
Sure.
Right. Honestly, I remember the videos when they were first coming out. YouTube, I'm a big YouTube watcher. They were having the videos.
As you should be
They called it, I don't remember what they even called it, but it was where McConaughey had interviews with other celebrities while they drank Long Branch bourbon.
Sure.
And there was like discussions over bourbon. I can't remember what the name of it was.
Who
off the
does
top of my
stuff
head.
like that?
But it was one of those things I thought, wow, they're really trying to push this bourbon. But the whole time he was up there, and if anybody asked him about the bourbon, he was just like, look, I just put together something I liked. I just helped develop something I liked, and it's a wild turkey thing, but I had to do this, and they said, okay, so why not? And I'm
Do you think that
I
was
like McConaughey, but I thought that made him a little bit more credible with this.
okay?
Sure.
Do you think he got lucky with it, or do you think he actually has a nose slash?
No. See, I don't think it was just him alone. I think
Sure.
the wild turkey
But
people
he had
jumped
to,
in on it.
I feel like he had to have some play in that,
He
right?
did,
Like
he
they
did.
said, here you're going to back this. He's probably not like, well, fuck you. I don't know what
Texas
it is.
Mesquite was
I
his thing.
think at the end
I
of the day,
believe.
I think at the end of the day,
They said Texas Longhorn. He's like, I'm in. I don't care.
I think at the end of the day, like he's putting his name against it, which means he obviously has some part of the profits and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, Wild Turkey is not going to put out a shitty brand.
No, with somebody's name behind it, right?
Other than their normal product.
Well, let's just say their entry level whiskey is not exactly good.
You got to start somewhere,
Not
though.
everyone's taste. But the point is, at the end of it, I'm sure he did say, that they probably gave him a selection of
It could have something to do with that.
bourbons to start with, and he's like, oh, I like this one, I like this one, I like this one.
Yeah, but
And then they
I don't
then they
think it
took
was
all
like-
of them and mixed them into one and go, now try it.
Right. I think
All
it
the
was-
ones you
I
liked.
think it was more like he said, like, well, what do you like in there? And I like the woodsy, I like the vanilla, I like this or that, the other thing. And he might have been the one who said, hey, you know what? Texas mesquite's a big thing. What can you do with Texas mesquite?
Or maybe they brought it to him and said, hey,
Maybe he says, hey, we got a thing for you, Texas mesquite. You're from Texas. It's a big thing. And then had him try the sound.
only thing that come from Texas
I
is
agree
steers
with
and
that.
queers, right?
If you're listening,
Yeah.
let us know. Put it in the comments.
Yeah, come
If
on.
you'd like to come
He's
on the
one of our
show,
followers, I swear.
we can work that out. It may be pulling a few strings, but we can try to work that out. Try to work the game.
Next time you're in
Tampon
Chicago.
strings.
What did you just say?
Nothing.
Did you say something about Tampaxes?
Wow.
I said tampon strings.
Okay, moving on. Because we're 17 minutes in.
Hey,
I
this
still
is
haven't picked
well.
one.
The reason we're
Have you
we're-
picked one?
Yes.
Have you picked one?
I'm getting closer.
I'm getting closer as well.
Okay.
I'm getting started.
If you've already picked one, I think Warwick
Start talking.
should actually be the one that's talking.
Okay. So
You keep on knocking, but you can't
I
come in.
believe that this is Long Branch.
Okay.
Because I do remember a lot of those same notes that I felt when we did the small batch. The four roses small batch. This is just like, oh my god, just incredibly pleasant. I mean, it's enjoyable. Now, this one, as the Woodbridge Reserve that we had more recently a week ago,
Seems like
it's-
yesterday.
Seems like tonight.
like I love this one as well. This is great.
There's not a loser. in this
But I do think
Yeah.
I
But we do
think
have to pick a loser.
that the
and a
long,
winner.
long Ranch would probably be my pick.
Okay.
Hold on.
Well,
You're
he's
assuming you know which one is Long Branch,
assuming what he knows.
Okay, this one is my pick,
which you think is Long Branch.
which I think is long.
That's
Branch.
what I'm looking for.
For those on SoundCloud, he is picking his right choice, and he has
In my left hand.
in his left hand he has the right versus the left.
And for those
I'm
for those watching, in
I
black
think you're
and
gonna
white,
have to
that
go
would be
next because
the-
I'm still
I'm getting there.
I'm still on the fence. This is they are both very good. I
Four
would
sips
drink
in on this one. I'm four sips in. I'm all right.
I these
ahead.
both I would drink at any point at any time
These are bold statements.
during the day.
Nope, I'm done.
After okay
mine.
okay
He's finished. Got it.
Lon's done.
Got it.
I'll let you talk while I try to decide
So
this. and
let
scramble
me
my
explain a little background, and I know we've already rehashed these ad infinitum, but this particular the Russell's 10-year. Warwick and I was told by I have a local liquor store that I go to, and I know the people who own it and talk and run it and whatnot. And I talk to them a lot about, hey, what's this, what's that, what's that.
He knows a guy.
She's a woman, and
Girl.
woman.
Whoa, man.
Anyway, and we talk about things, and she told me, I said, what's the next variant? She goes, you know what? Russell's 10-year is going to go out. They're going to stop making Russell's 10-year. Get that.
Salesperson.
And I thought, what? Well, yeah, absolutely it could have been. But then all of a sudden I started seeing it everywhere on sale, like they were trying to dump it. And I thought, oh, they're going to dump Russell's 10-year. You're never going to be able to get it again. It's a totally worthwhile
And-
bourbon.
and you told me, and
I
I-
did.
I-
I'm
I
like,
went and
go
grabbed
buy
one.
it. Go buy it. Go buy it. You bought me a bottle. You bought you a bottle. I bought a bottle. And I've got, a couple bottles. And I thought, because it's never going to be there again, and it's good. It's worth getting.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden we see that it's still everywhere.
Yep.
All of a sudden, whatever. Like, what is it? A year and a half later, it's
No,
still
this was
everywhere.
specifically the Russell 10-year?
Russell
Yeah.
10-year.
Yeah.
Because they said they were going to stop making that and just go to 6-year. And they did come out with a 6-year, but they still have the 10-year. So the idea was they were going to stop making the 10-year because it waits too long, and they got to get the 6 years, more profit return.
4 years
Yeah.
longer.
Thanks for
Wow. Matt was over here.
that.
Thanks,
And-
Sheldon.
So, it makes sense to me. But yet,
But here
I
we
can
are
still
a
go to
year
a
later,
store.
and you can still
You can
get
still go
Russell's.
to
Yeah.
Russell's 10 and 10 in a store.
Yeah.
Maybe it's still going to be eventually out of stock or whatever. I don't know. But so that's how we really got into Russell's.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's good.
So
It's
now-
And
great.
it's good, but
So-
it's smooth because it's a 10-year
Right.
bourbon.
So for our younger audience, blah blah blah. What's your pick?
Are we starting with me this time around?
Yeah, you gotta go, man.
Have you got yours?
I finally did make my decision, but I want to hear you
Okay,
first.
I'm picking this one, but
Okay.
y'all got to pick it before we
Oh.
say what they are.
Okay. Oh, well.
Yeah, everybody's gotta
I was.
pick it
I'm
before
going
we-
based off of. So this is for those on SoundCloud. He's picking what was in his left hand.
I don't know if that matters because your
It
left is different
does.
than my left.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
No, his left is still his left.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Your left
It's
ain't right, boy.
literally the left.
All right. So
challenging.
Lon
How I
picked
do
his
it
left.
Is if you put your fingers
All
like
right.
this,
So then I'm gonna.
it makes an L.
Oh dear. That is. You know what? I had.
Thanks, Warwick.
Warwick.
Thanks, Warwick.
All right. So I have mine, and I did pick mine, so I am ready. Do you? But I still think you should start it.
Okay, so all right, I'll start it because I honestly I usually finish these up, so I'll start it. I picked the one that I thought had a little bit more robust of a flavor, a little bit more.
Yep. That would be Long Ranch.
I do believe it is Long Branch.
Okay.
I do think it's Long Branch, but you know what? There's a couple
we've been
brackets we've
proven
been a
wrong
little bit
before.
wrong.
All right.
So I'm
Who
still
knows?
nervous.
Yep.
I'm still nervous. I know which
The nice
one-
thing is there's no wrong answer here, right? We just
Agreed.
it's
Agreed.
how we feel.
There is a wrong answer in terms of which one's Long Ranch.
I
Agreed,
get it, but we're not like nobody's pointing a gun to our head right now. So this is that's what I like about this is we don't fucking know. And
We are blind.
Okay.
Yes.
In so
now,
many ways.
I know which bottle is under which
Yeah.
letter.
Okay.
I don't know which one I picked.
okay.
Fuck.
Oh,
Shit.
okay.
Okay, I picked B.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's go.
am I going next?
You're going next, bud. Let's see.
I also picked B.
Motherfucker.
And you think that's Long Branch? You think it's
I
Long
think
Branch?
it's Long Branch.
Okay. And I chose A.
And you think it is?
I thought it was Long Branch.
So we all picked what we thought was Long Branch based on the fact that it had a winning track record for flavor.
Now,
By the way, B won.
B won. B did win. So, but what okay, yeah, let's do the quick reveal here.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, well, good.
So B.
Oh no, not
No,
good.
we picked Russell's.
So, are you saying Logan was right there? What is that? That's
Logan
A.
picked
Oh.
what the one he thought was Long Branch.
I
was
honestly
Long Branch.
went into it. I didn't think it was Long Branch at first. I mean, as you can
Wow.
tell, it took me many sips, many tries. This was
How is that possible?
Fucking hard.
I am with you on that.
the thing that what set it apart for me was the burn. There was a slight burn with the Russells that the smoothness of the Long Branch kind of made me think, and I just felt like this was
But
smoother.
this should be smoother than that.
I get it, but this for some reason has just been.
Did we get the age of the Long Branch?
I
think it
don't
was
remember.
4.
I think it was 4 to
It was a
6.
4-year minimum.
Yeah.
I agree.
I remember that.
But,
Yeah.
4-year
but
minimum.
Shit the
it
bed.
doesn't make sense.
Just let it be known that Logan
my
picked the
nose-
winner,
No, you
aka
didn't pick the winner.
You picked the
I
loser.
picked the winner
You
of.
just knew which one you picked.
We
I
still
did pick the
picked
loser,
ultimately
but-
the best one.
I don't care.
But it is so funny because it's like, again, part of why I was convinced.
But see, this is what I like about this is it's so hard
It's
because
blind. It's
you're just going based off of what
This
like
is
you
honest.
like you've said millions of times before with the Whiskey Tribe, what you like, how you like it.
It's an honest review.
Man, we should
because it's blind.
Whiskey Tribe should totally send some of their followers our way.
Whiskey Tribe should come on our show.
They should.
Or invite us out
Not
to Texas.
not
to be on their
actually.
show.
They mean
Yeah,
you
we'll
mean
fly out to you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll fly out
we'll
too.
do whatever.
I'll go to Texas for that.
So I
nothing else though.
Wouldn't it be funny if ultimately you find out that when you see their like cool set and everything,
Yeah.
really it's just a shack.
No, yeah, they do aerial
they,
shots. So
they bought some
yeah,
Costco like thing and they
Yeah.
just put everything up. You're like,
Yeah.
son of a bitch, this is
Yeah.
actually nice. No,
Yeah.
no, I
Costco.
I
remember when some motherfucker brought a Costco whiskey
Hey!
into this
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
thing.
yeah, you
I
fuckers
remember.
weren't
And-
expecting that, were you?
No.
And we knew.
We
did not
didn't.
get rated
You know,
very
well.
honestly, that did test our taste buds because even
No,
I
it
was
didn't. That was fucked
test it,
up.
meaning going.
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah, we don't like that.
No.
was bad.
It was worth a shot, though, right? Like, you never know. Every once in a while, like, I can't wait until later on when we start.
Okay, so I think the point is we're going a little bit off
We are a lot
tangent,
off tangent.
but I think the point is there is a big difference between saying, here is a bourbon or whiskey that I bought at Costco.
Is Long Branch available at Costco? Probably not.
Yeah, no. It is.
what was
every so often, probably.
What was the Ocean?
Ocean's Jefferson.
That was something we bought at Costco, as opposed to a Costco own brand.
There you
Yes.
go. That's better. Good clarification.
But see now, in that defense, it was done, I believe, by one of the same distilleries as a bigger name.
Sure, and they get rid
now,
of stuff they don't.
but they-
wanna put
but
in
they-
their own-
Is the distributor a bigger name?
No, but it was one of those things where I was hopeful that you guys would go, oh my god, this is great, and then I'd go, ha ha, Costco. No, that didn't work out
That's
so
what
well.
they thought when they brought out the Yugo 45.
Damn.
No one's
What an
gonna,
obscure.
I was gonna say
fucking
I'm
reference.
no one's
super
gonna know
old.
who
I don't
this
even know what
is.
that means.
I knew a designer who, another graphic designer like myself, who bought a Yugo and swore by it because he had to. He bought one. He had to swear by it, so he didn't look like an idiot.
So we don't lose track of it. So
what are we doing again?
Long Branch did not win.
No,
That's crazy.
Surprise.
Russell's 10 did.
which is good.
Champion.
I'll just have to set this
Fuck.
over here.
Fuck,
me.
I want to tap of that too because I'm thinking to myself, honestly, in my
there
head,
was-
I'm thinking I like Long Branch better than Russell's.
I like though.
but
I
now
like the way
I'm
we did this
fucking
though
wrong.
because
Now-
it made it harder for you to because as much as you don't want to, that stuff seeps into your subconscious.
Of
Like
course
if
it
this was a
does.
Pappy Van Winkle, you would be going, "Oh my god!" Like as much as we would love
So-
one,
Let
hint,
me,
hint,
let, me,
nudge,
let me
nudge.
say right now, Pappy Van Winkle is overrated.
But But
Yeah,
I
'cause
would
somebody
love,
that's had it.
I would love to be able to prove that to be the case.
Oh, good point. John Everson,
Yeah, John Everson,
I'm still choosing.
who has told
he's
us
got a rip
Which
Van
is
Winkle.
Long
but yeah.
Branch.
he
That
has
was
told
my
us
winner.
He's got a rip
that,
van.
that he will. Let
I'm
us
the
try-
everyday
have him on the
man.
show.
These guys drink too
So
much.
here's something that actually is a good point, even though we should talk about this off camera. But so John Everson, a friend of ours, I went to high school with him.
and a great writer.
He writes horror novels. He wrote reviews for horror movies and music for the papers.
Sure.
Remember papers? You guys remember
see
newspaper?
the papers.
Papers,
See,
right?
Back
But
in
anyway,
the 1980s, 90s, and
point
early
is-
2000s.
Point is, he knows his movies, and he happens to be a bourbon guy,
Yep.
and he knows his.
Why
bourbon.
has he not been on here?
That's my point. Is I think we need to bring him on. John,
So John,
would you
This is
accept our formal
an
invitation?
actual invitation to get you on here.
Come on the show. We'll bring you for the bracket if you can deal with driving up to my house to do the
We've already
brackets
done
all the time.
Suspiria, so we'd have to pick a
He's
different-
going to be so pissed when he
I know.
sees that episode.
I know.
He might,
Oh,
now you may
he's
have
gonna be
scared. Don't
so
tell him to
pissed.
watch it yet until we get him on here.
Yes.
He will.
He is a
not
huge
be happy.
Giallo fan.
Yeah. Well, but not just
Giallo.
Giallo fan. He didn't because again we talked about that. It's not really a Giallo movie.
No, it
No.
not
But he's a big he loves
Jello.
any of the Dario Argento
Yes.
movies,
Well, and again, like me, he's a big soundtrack fan.
and he loves the. We talked about
loves-
that in that episode. He
Yeah,
loves.
Fabio, Fucci and
Would you say Fushin?
Fucci
Fucci.
I thought he said vagine, but that's a.
machine.
Oh, sorry.
Can I tell you how much I've drunk already?
We
Yeah.
got Shisham beginning
We're
better.
a week later and we're still
Okay,
hammered.
so let's move on to the movie because we killed
Yes.
the
Oh, yes.
bourbon to death.
Wow. So we went a full 30 minutes
Wait,
on that.
let's go this-
That was honestly
Ready?
though. While you're doing that, I'm gonna. I don't know if you want to do the
switch
reveal.
screens?
I can. That means I have to press a button.
Yeah.
This was.
This is
I'm
the
gonna
winner.
still stick with my.
I cannot.
Matthew McConaughey.
honestly,
but are you?
I'm still a little surprised.
You're gonna break the table.
I know. Sorry.
I
didn't mean to
did
do that.
think that Long Branch was going to actually end up winning.
So
this.
there is the finale. There is
Fuck me.
everything.
That is
is
really
Russell's.
surprising.
I think so too.
Was it though? I mean, you liked it. You had your flavors
Yeah, but
profile.
honestly, it was one of those bourbons that when I go behind my bar, you could take it off. When I go behind my bar, I don't go, ooh, Russell's. But I do go, ooh, Long Branch or, you know. I'll
No.
do
But now-
some Hue.
No,
But now-
your point is what you actually go is Four Roses.
That's
No,
true.
so here's-
That's
here's-
true.
right.
I
here's the
do
question,
go
though.
Four Roses.
As do I when I'm in a
Four
bar.
Roses is usually first.
Here's my question though: are you gonna now second guess your
absolutely.
initial pick? Are you gonna go? You know what? I need a Russell's.
So no, I'm 100% with you. It's one of these things where, and we said it on the Four Roses Long Branch review. it's Four Roses, especially Four Roses small batch, is my go-to. If I see that on the menu, it's reasonably priced, even
go to a bar.
even in
I think
bars.
both of them are, right?
Yeah,
Well, that's the
I
whole
mean, they're
point
all
of
in the
the
same
episode.
price range.
Yeah.
But the point is, it's now. Do you know? I think I've seen Four Roses small batch more places than I've seen Russell's.
Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed. It's
Yes.
more available than Russell's. Agreed.
So I guess long term, if I'm in Minneapolis and I in a bar, I'm probably more likely to see Four Roses small batch than I am Russell's.
Agreed.
So again, not to say that I wouldn't still do Four Roses small batch,
But typically, I look at that and I think Russell's. Oh, Russell's. Because now my mindset is it's available everywhere. It's going to be available forever. Fuck it.
right?
And it's going to get so many sales boosts from our episode.
Well, honestly, I chose it.
But so, okay, so
So, case in point is, you're low. I just wanted to cut him off.
I know.
You're low on this. Are you going to go out and buy another
I
now?
already have one.
Oh, well, then fuck you.
So, mind you, I don't know if you listened to the story before where we bought up all the bottles we could find for a while.
Yeah, but I
So
thought that
I've
was
got
the bottle.
some
that you-
bottles.
Oh.
I'm flush.
So
with
you bought it.
well, we
Russell's.
actually picked
I was
that.
going to
Right?
say, so you bought it without knowing.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. No, that's- I mean, that's-
no.
No.
Without knowing who was going to win
No,
this
no, no.
bracket, is what I'm getting at.
We bought Russell's. I tried it. It was good. And when we found out then that it was going to be
We bought
going
more.
away, we bought more.
Fine. So then that means you're getting rid of this one, and I'll take this. Fine.
I
get
don't
it.
believe that's going to happen.
I tried.
But you
I
can
tried,
have what's
people.
left of this because I got more in the behind
Yes.
my bar.
And we
Anyway,
have another one at the store. as well.
so
Maybe we should finish that bottle. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
finishing the bottle. What a great episode idea
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
should do that sometime.
We should do that.
We don't
So
have
the
that coming up.
movie.
Anyway,
now
Yes.
that we're 22
movies.
fucking
We're now
minutes in.
32 minutes in. That
Just
was,
so you know, for everyone who is listening or even watching, we thought that we would be able to get these done in under 30 minutes because
This
clearly
is-
we had talked about both of these products multiple times.
Yep.
We are now 32 minutes in, and we are now talking about the movie.
There you
The
go.
movies.
Now is another
Now.
big. This is it. This is the championship.
This is the championship. We
Two
have.
big hitters.
The Omen
versus
Alien.
Alien. Can you believe that?
Oh my
Now,
God,
do
this
we
is-
want to go over some of the semifinalists just to
Let's do
let
it.
people know? Because
Let's do
that
it. So
that was
first of all, Logan's favorite to win was Halloween, and it lost to the Omen.
And let's be clear. I think in
It's a
in
great
any
fucking
other
movie.
kind of brackets,
Totally agree.
Halloween probably would have been one that we all would have picked
I agree.
to be in the finals.
to be in the finals.
Agreed.
You know, it is a classic horror movie that your average, and I think you said it even on the episode and some of the subsequent episodes. I think out of everything that is in the 8 movies that we picked for this, your average horror fan would almost certainly have seen Halloween.
Correct.
So-
Especially current horror fans because it's the franchise brought it on.
Right. You know,
Omen's franchise was older.
of the other 7,
Yeah.
it's like there is a possibility that you would not have seen any of the other 7. Maybe Alien, possibly. But it's like, and I think that's why, you know, we had such a good time with that original bracket of Halloween and Body Snatchers.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
was harder than I
Body Snatchers was a
anticipated.
great
way
movie.
harder than we thought.
Yeah.
It's a great
and
movie.
again, because I think we all went into that bracket with the idea that, well, Halloween's clearly going to be the winner because
Right.
it's Halloween.
Right.
And
Right.
in watching the Body Snatchers, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, it's like we realized that actually was just a genuinely very, very good movie.
And we recommend
Well
that for
played,
anybody
great
that's
actors,
listening to
great
this.
acting.
Yeah,
Excellent.
just go back and watch these movies. I mean, you can decide for yourselves. I mean, obviously, listen to every one of our episodes, but then decide for yourselves. But I mean, that this has been both on the bourbon side and on the movie side. This has been way tougher than I thought. Like,
Agreed.
if you had asked me 5-10 years ago, I'd have been like Halloween all the way to the finals.
Right.
You know, and or Exorcist all the way to the finals. But
So let me ask you, just as a hypothetical.
sure.
Now you got Halloween. If Halloween beat Omen, it would have been up against Alien.
Sure.
How do you think it would have fared against Alien?
Or let's go even further. Halloween versus Exorcist. What if both?
Sure.
That honestly, I would have probably not showed up
Honest
That's
answer.
just wrong.
Honest
I would have said
answer.
they both. I would have not
Honest
counted myself
answer.
and hoped that you guys would have picked
Yeah.
two opposites. But
Listen, Halloween is one of my favorite movies
yeah,
of all time.
no, it is. But it
Favorite
has its
franchises
flaws.
of
It
all
has
time.
its flaws.
Agreed. Because the sequels are questionable.
But again, we shouldn't look at the sequels.
Agreed.
We're
I know.
talking about the
I
movie.
know.
Yeah, the movie itself.
And
Line.
I still
Agreed.
think, and I still think,
Logan.
I still think at the end of the day, it's like,
I have more letters than you.
Yeah, that's true. Two
Gah.
letters.
2 more letters.
Gah.
That's all. It's all it takes.
Sorry. Wow.
Um,
I think we've had a little too much Long Branch
I do.
or Russell's.
Or Russells. Actually, at least we're getting close to finishing.
Come on.
Keep it going.
Point.
Sorry, what's my point?
Anything.
36 minutes.
So, what I'm trying to say is I think like none of us are debating that Halloween is an amazing movie,
Agreed.
and in a different bracket grouping, it probably could have got further in the listing, and that's why we said at the very beginning of like the decision of how we made our brackets is it would be stupid to try and create and to try and pair movies.
Well, and you had to use
Agreed.
something to
The simplest way is
randomize it, right? Like
just
and
have
I
to
think the
randomize.
randomizer did a very good job on this. Like it was
with the exception of the fact that I
No.
think Phantasm and Black Christmas should have gone up against each other.
but see
Right,
that would have been
they were closer.
They would have
Right.
been your
Closer in
perfect
terms.
setup. But I honestly liked the way it came out because maybe Black Christmas could have beat out the Omen in somebody else's bracket.
I don't believe in this reality that would have happened. But
Anyway.
way to play along.
No, I'm trying. But I think the randomizer made things a lot. I don't want to say easier for us, but
Random?
it made it exactly like we expected. Random, right? Like
They
it
should call it that.
yeah.
think they should.
Random.
They
or
should put that in the
randomish.
name.
Yeah.
Randomish.
Randomish.
I like that one.
randomishalo-
Let's make our
Random
own.
megalaminator.
So it made me. Either way, these were
Vanilla.
all these brackets up to this point. Jesus, you're still going. No, it made all of these brackets that much harder, and
That's also what she
I like the fact that we're so drunk. It made these brackets, I think, as fair as possible,
Agreed.
and it made them as hard as possible for all of us, right?
Agreed.
I mean,
This
I
is
would have
some of the
loved
most difficult
if we want to
shit
go
we've
back.
done.
I would have loved to
Like,
see Jesus
motherfucking-
Christ. I would have loved to have seen like Body Snatchers versus The Omen. I would have loved to have seen Black Christmas versus Suspiria.
Sure,
like that would have
sure.
been great.
But I will
This is
throw
what
this out
is the
there.
hand we're dealt.
I will throw this out there. Either way, I think we would have come down to the same two
Oh
champions.
sure.
I agree.
Completely
Doesn't
agree.
matter who was up against who sooner or later.
But-
I think it would have still boiled down to
I
this.
think at the end of the day, at the I'm going to say it again.
Go ahead. Why don't you repeat yourself again
At the
for the fourth
end of the day
At
or the
end-
beginning of the day?
At the end of the day, there is a reason why brackets for sports that we all know and things like that. It is a random selection that picks the order that the initial grouping is. It is specifically for the fact that, for the most part, you will always end up with the two best teams or
Right.
the two best movies.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter who's the
Or the two-
earlier
We should
brackets up
maybe
against
try
each other. I
that
agree.
on the next, not this next set, but after we're done with this, maybe during March Madness. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. We could do
When is that?
the end of March.
February.
Is it March?
Oh,
End of March.
March?
I
Why
think
would
it's
it be in March?
Middle of March.
Why would
I
that
think
Something like
March
that.
That's why
Madness-
they
Either
call it
way, we could do
March.
it around the. Then we could try and rank them, and then put 1 versus 16, and just kind of go along all those
But
lines.
then if we rank them, isn't that saying who we think is better than the
yeah,
others?
but hey,
Well, isn't
case
that
in point,
defeating
I
the
would not have
point?
thought Omen made it this fucking
But
far.
we're the ones
I would.
deciding that, so it's
Yeah,
not like
'cause you
we
guys-
let them play each other
Hey.
who wins. We're deciding. We're
But-
deciding it.
we're
So
we're
we
just like the
decided ahead of
NFL.
time.
We're gonna script this.
But
I-
Just kidding.
NFL final. Okay.
Or NCAA, whatever you want to call it.
NCAA. So the point is, it's like that implies that we're now pairing horror movies.
I want to see how good this is.
That we're now pairing horror movies
Yep.
to sports teams.
But we're not. Oh, am I finishing that off?
Are you finishing the bottle?
Wow. Is this a FTB unintentionally distillery? Vanillary?
Vanilla. Way to work that in. I like
All
it.
right.
Just so you know,
Um,
just so you know, we have done countless finishing the bottle
Yeah,
episodes.
FTBs.
You should go back and watch them.
And other than the
don't
live
know if we
event for the Evil Dead,
Fuck you, Kyle.
I don't think. Fuck you, Kyle. I don't think we've
With
actually
the program car.
finished a bottle.
We have. We've finished a
Listen,
bottle.
I think we.
It was
finished,
was it not the Dragon's Milk? What was
we
the other
did
one?
it was the Dragon's Milk.
I remember the bottle.
Obsidian,
It was black, and it had-
Obsidian.
It was good.
Yeah,
I think
what
I
was
finished
it?
that
Why
bottle
can't I
myself.
think of what it is? Remember there was the Dragon's Milk.
Was that the English Scotch?
No,
No,
no.
Do you pay attention to the show? Have you watched
No,
the show?
I don't watch any of the shit.
All right. Moving on. Who do you pick?
For the winner?
No, for the loser. Fucking Jesus.
All right.
Well, either way,
So,
either way.
so
This is new to
I'm
you
going to
guys.
give Omen a little bit of credit here, and actually say it is. So we're putting a paranormal. Excuse me. Oh boy, that long branch is coming back on me.
Jesus Christ.
The Omen. As much as I did not like this many years ago, after rewatching, I did start to see kind of what you guys had
It's awesome.
pined over. You know, you like this, and it was one of those movies where I was like, it was better than I remembered. It's hard to believe, you know, a kid, but I'm like, it's a movie. You've got to just go into it watching it. You know, don't.
They tried to break some boundaries.
Sure.
So
But it's still. But I mean, if you could say the same thing about The Exorcist, which didn't make it. But I feel like The Omen should be. It's a worthy competitor. Should it have beat Halloween? That's a very close, and obviously everybody knows my feelings on that one. But I'm gonna have to lean towards Alien. And I'm going to say Alien should be the champion of this, because when it comes down to it, I'm a big fan of rewatching a movie, and Alien is one of those where you just, every time you watch it, you're satisfied. The Omen, it's a great movie, it's a great film, but it can't beat that Alien.
You don't know how happy you made Warwick.
So
Warwick, or is it Warwick?
Warwick. Warwick. Get it right.
I love Logan right now.
So I know you do.
So for me, once Alien made it past Exorcist,
Yeah.
it was a foregone conclusion.
He grabbed
for me.
napkins and lotion.
Really?
Yeah, it's
And may I just throw out the fact that I know this doesn't pertain to this particular bracket, but Alien was not even the best of the series.
No.
oh,
Whoa! Those be fighting words on that one.
Okay.
Wow.
I have said this before, and I will say it again. I think between Aliens
I think this is the most Warwick has talked.
and Aliens.
No, he talks a lot.
I do talk a lot. Just ask any of the people at work. Between Aliens and Alien, the way I always describe it
Russell's is good.
is the same, which is basically, I think Aliens is a far more watchable movie. It is a popcorn movie. It is an amazing movie, as we will see in the next round of
You think it's going to be in there? Psh.
yeah, it'll be in there. But I think
I'm just starting shit.
Alien.
I love it.
I think Alien is a far
Alien.
better movie.
So your
Yeah.
choice is The Omen?
No,
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I think my choice would be Alien. And
Wow.
and
We shouldn't have started with you. We should have started with him. Everybody
Right.
knows him.
I think,
what he's going to choose.
I think, you know, I love The Omen, and I think The Omen is well, clearly in my top 8 movies, horror movies, and I think against Halloween, it was no competition for me.
Don't agree, but sure.
But again, you know, it's like we're talking about the best of the
Sure.
best here.
No, yeah.
You know, and it's like I think
Well, the
Halloween
best
is an amazing
around.
movie that I've seen like countless times. I've seen Omen countless times. They're both very much rewatchable movies. But Alien, I've seen countless.
So it
more
wins because
times.
you watched it more?
No, it's that's.
But
I think
the-
it's the rewatchability, and I completely agree with him on that.
That is the whole thing. I mean, again, it's like we're not giving out Oscars here. We're not giving out the movie.
No, this is our Oscars.
It
Fuck
is.
that.
It
Nobody
is.
else is right. We are
is.
right.
But I guess the point is, it's like we're not necessarily giving out an award based on necessarily based on like the best cinematography and all that kind of stuff. We are legitimately giving out an award based on the movie that is the most watchable. And now that we're down to the point where we're pitting The Omen against Alien, Alien wins. Alien is by far the more watchable movie.
Okay.
As I can attest by the fact that I have watched it more.
So we've
Well,
got
thereby,
we've got
it's
two for Alien. Are we going to have a trifecta? Is going to be the question.
Jane,
Go
you
along.
ignorant slut.
Okay.
No, so really, when it comes down to this, Alien and The Omen both formed my thoughts for horror.
Totally.
They both had direct influences on the way I watch horror movies
Sure.
and what I look for. And because I have seen both of them countless times, there's those certain scenes that specifically pop to the top as, oh my God, that's like a classic scene. And when other movies do try to rip it off, you're like, that's from Aliens.
Yeah,
That's from
totally.
Omen.
100%.
You know, it's like one of those things that
Do they try to rip it off, or is it just kind of a homage?
you want to claim homage, you claim homage. I'm calling rip off, okay?
Yes.
Or homage,
And it
depending on who you're
depends on
talking.
how they play it off, on how they do it, right? But because I saw a movie the other night, Amy and I were watching, that did a lot of homages to Halloween.
Oh, sure.
And they did the rec things. The three girls walking down the street holding their books, talking about Halloween in the same era. Stuff like that. And, the killer in the van, or the station
goes
wagon
by,
going
yeah.
by. And stuff. I mean, they did the whole thing, but they knew they were doing an homage to Halloween. They weren't hiding it. But, again, the point of the story is those two movies both set staples for horror.
Sure.
In their own right, in their own separate ways. They all had sequels. Some were better than others, but I think Omen had some pretty good sequels, and I know we're not judging the sequels.
Right.
We're judging the individual movie. To me, The Omen was the best movie for all of its sequels. To me, Alien was not necessarily the best movie of all the sequels.
Okay.
And simply because of the directorial masterpiece it was, I'm going with The Omen.
Okay. And he'd be wrong.
He'd be clearly wrong.
And
He is outnumbered
I
on this one.
believe if you think
I was
we're
hoping
out,
this
you
would be a
gotta put it down
unanimous,
on the copy. You got to
But I think he just wants to be Mr. Different.
No,
you
no.
gotta-
I'm just
you-
kidding. No,
you
no.
gotta-
Each person's entitled to their opinion except Juan.
was just masterfully made.
And I agree with.
Masturbatively.
I agree.
They were both masterfully made.
I agree. I agree with everything you said. I mean,
Except the winner.
no. I mean, I absolutely have
Speaking
a
of Russell's,
a
Jesus
soft spot
Christ.
for Alien and Aliens.
course you
and,
do.
and the entire franchise.
So you're saying I was the turning point?
I don't believe
what
that's
do you
even
wanna call
close
it?
to being true, but that's okay. You can.
As we said, like obviously the further we picked the top 8 horror movies,
Which was
in
hard to
the
begin
70s,
with. Jesus
which
Christ.
in itself was difficult.
God, what did we start off with? Like 25, 30?
We did.
It was
Each.
insane. Yeah.
And so the fact that obviously not that any of the directors or producers give a shit what we say,
They should.
but the fact you get nominated in our bracket, you're all winners.
Yes.
Amen,
Aw.
sister. Amen. I got a
Participation
tear. I got a
awards
tear.
for everyone.
That's so. I like.
So we're gonna say Alien is the.
Alien
Oh yeah, we
won.
should do this.
Oh, sorry.
We should do this just so everybody knows.
Alien won.
And we're.
And you got it up.
Do.
That's what she said.
I would hope so.
Here it goes.
I am so happy.
Why?
You have no idea.
Just
how
because
happy I
I
am.
mean, this was honestly, and you're gonna probably take this the wrong way, but I'm just happy it's over because this was fucking hard.
It was. Hard.
This was like
sorry.
one of those things where
we
there you go.
watching-
He's got big alien on that one.
Make it larger.
That is like, yeah. Let me know who the winner is.
Now you really need the animation of like the
What you should have done was
segments coming in.
had like the L where it like shoots out as the alien's extra mouth thing. And anyway, no, the reason I'm happy is because this was way harder than I thought it was. I was gonna be like, Halloween's gonna be in the finals, and so is Exorcist. Was my thought, right?
Well, and legitimately, I think that is a very, and this is going to sound mean, that is a very obvious
Sure.
conclusion, and
That's why I like that there's 3 of us.
and I think for your
If it was 4, we'd be
for
fucked.
your very average
never finish.
horror fan.
Sure.
Depending on your age group, it's like I think I think most people would be shocked that Halloween didn't win.
Sure.
Because, and I think you touched on it just now. I think someone who is in their teens or 20s or even 30s that maybe hasn't necessarily seen a lot of these movies. Halloween they know because they've seen it because they've seen other movies in the franchise,
Sure.
and therefore they've
They
seen the
might
original.
come back to the original
Right.
for that.
And
Seeing it, watching it second or third,
Right.
Sure.
out of all Halloween movies.
And so because obviously Halloween 3 is the obvious one that they watch first.
Everyone watches that one first.
Go watch my opinions on Halloween 3.
Season of the Witch.
Trey.
It's the best.
Back, I don't know, when we had guest Mike on there.
But so I guess my point is, it's like for all of our subscribers, or 69 of them.
70. We're at 70.
Oh,
No,
really?
we're not.
Yes,
As of
because I
today,
believe
then.
Chuck
'Cause yesterday
is our
was-
Chuck
70.
actually finally survived.
I think he
So
finally
Chuck, what
subscribed.
the fuck,
So
man?
he
What the fuck, Chuck?
subscribed.
You've been like,
So he's been commenting on almost every single
And you
episode.
didn't
but he didn't
subscribe?
fucking subscribe.
But he said he was 70. I'm just going based off of that. So
Okay.
thanks,
well, then
Chuck.
we lost somebody else because I thought it was 69 as of this morning.
Hey,
So it
you
is
just
weird. We
wanted
were at
69.
68, and then we went down to 67. So someone unsubscribed.
Why?
Anyway.
come
I
back. Don't leave me come back.
I don't know if I can
Why?
blame them. Yeah, I don't know if I can blame
No.
them.
Yeah, they probably left after the Omen.
Yeah. Wow.
No, no.
Wow.
Anyway,
you don't like
I
the
feel
Omen?
you.
Are you upset just because it beat out your Halloween?
The point
All right.
I'm ultimately trying to
Fair
make
enough.
is
You got a point?
I do have a point.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
very important. I think the point I'm trying to make is it's like for anyone who is watching or listening to these episodes and is saying, Alien, yeah, I've heard about that movie.
Really?
But
You
I
think
haven't.
they just heard about it?
You never know.
Christ.
I mean, some
it
people
easy.
don't know about that stuff. He's so excited about this.
I am.
And that's honestly, that's what I hope we get from a lot of this. This is something we do. It's our own time. It's our own money that we invest in this.
We're not making any money off this channel.
and this is
Trust me.
this is just
We're not making
this
any
is
money.
We're not
honestly
making any
this is
money
how
off this
it
channel.
started. Was we just sat down and and talked about movies and what we thought. And I love the fact that it's where it's at. I'm happy that we're over 50 episodes, and I don't care if we make a dime off of this. This is
Right.
it'd be awesome.
We'd still
And
do it.
but it's one of those
we
things
are.
where
Trust
it's
me. Yeah, we are still doing it.
And
yes,
we
yeah.
certainly
It's-
don't make
it's-
a dime.
Yeah, but it's fun to me, and it's brought back some stuff that like I originally thought Halloween would have been in finals and possibly winning this thing, and and it made me start looking at stuff like, honestly, I would never have thought Invasion of the Body Snatchers would have even been in this conversation, but it is.
And yet when you watch it, you're like,
Son
hey,
of a
that's
bitch.
pretty fucking
and
good.
it's nice. It's nice to go back and see some of this stuff where you're like, man, I liked this, but fuck, I didn't realize I actually really liked this. Case in point would be Alien. That I knew Alien was a great movie and I liked it, but I didn't think I liked it as much as Warwick did. But I'm at the point where
No
I'm
one
like,
likes it as much as I
fuck,
do.
like it's so much fun. It's way better than I thought it was going to be, and it deserves all the accolades that it gets.
Except when it's put it up against the Omen.
And I know Warwick's over here going, I know I was right the whole time, but
I was.
it was it's just that was just
It's okay. There's a ledge, and then if it falls off the ledge, you're
Yeah.
gonna like sink lower.
you can only go down from here, but no.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
So okay, so we've got our winners
We've got our winners.
for the entire championship.
Yes.
Alien.
Is the winner of the 1970s movie elimination
Horror
bracket.
movie.
Horror movie.
Elimination bracket
And then Russell Reserve. Russell's
is the
Reserve.
40 and under, or $40
$40
$40 range.
$40.
Sorry, which was 35 to
Give or take
45 ish.
$5.
Yes.
You got it.
Wow.
$40 range. Russell's and
And
Alien.
honestly, I'm shocked.
Jesus Christ.
I'm shocked on the Russell side, but like giving me the last, I don't know if it's that last bit, but Russell's deserves this.
You
I
had
chose
it at
Long
the
Branch.
end.
I chose Long Branch, but
Well, you were the only one who knew you were choosing the right one because we thought we were choosing Long Branch, and we had Russell's.
so
Now, and I'm not faulting either one of us because they're pretty close.
Yes.
both.
So I'm not.
Oh, my
I'm not
God.
faulting that Warwick and I missed that. That's an understandable
It's got
miss.
harder and harder
We
as
still,
we
we
get
still
closer.
picked our favorite one.
Yes.
That was the
Agreed.
point of the blind test.
Agreed.
Was
But to that point, I chose Woodford Reserve over Russell's. So I shouldn't logically have chosen Russell's.
right.
But
It
you
lost
did.
last round.
Yeah.
So to a question that I think Logan said off camera, do we feel that if we're in a bar and there is a choice between Long Branch
Wow.
or actually, to be honest, for us, Four Roses Small Batch
Versus
versus Russell's, are we going to pick Russell's? That's a hard one for me.
Excluding price, because you're probably going to pay more for the Russells.
I
in a
don't know.
bar.
I
No, I
don't
think
know.
You don't think so?
Small Batch is more expensive.
These are all $40. These are all the same price bourbon.
I just mean because
similarly
I don't. Who knows
priced
what price
bourbons.
they're getting it at? But
But
Agreed, but-
and I think we started talking about it a little bit off camera. But do you think the Small Batch name is a gimmick?
No,
No.
because I've got regular Four Roses, and I've got Small Batch, and I've got Small Batch Reserve. They are each distinctively very different.
Right. I guess I don't disagree with that. But in terms of, let me say it a different way. Do you think if you're a bar, or I guess even the distillers, it's like, do you think the fact that you say that it is a small batch gives a little bit more cachet to it, and therefore you can charge more for it?
sure.
But it should,
Sure.
because small batch means that you have more control over the flavors going into it. Small batch means that you have more control over the aging and the oak and the finish and stuff like that. So small batch, theoretically, should have some weight to it because you have more control over those flavors.
Do you think because I consider us above average whiskey drinkers? Do you consider, like, if above average somebody going into a bar and they said, "Hey, we have Russell's 10 versus Four Roses Small Batch," what do you think they would choose?
But do you think who would choose?
A person that is above average whiskey drinker.
Above average, I think
Yes.
they're going to go for the Four Roses.
You think so?
I don't know if everybody knows about
Even
Russell's.
after
Maybe
this
I'm wrong.
episode where
Maybe
we
I'm wrong.
proved that Russell's.
Well,
No, but I think you're talking the average schmo.
Sure.
and I think that's
But they all listen to us, right?
that's the point I am trying to make, which is basically, you need to share this episode. Everyone that does listen, you need to share this episode.
Put
with
it
all
on
your friends.
Facebook.
I think.
No, the episode, the video. Put it on Facebook.
Might as well.
This one.
We need a few more viewers.
Yeah,
Why
just because
not?
we want to see what people say about the final picks.
Because I think it is an interesting thing. I mean, it's like I am no way close to feeling that I'm an aficionado, even though at this point we've
How
I
many
think
bourbons
technically
we've
we
had?
are very well versed in whiskeys.
Yeah.
Just by the sheer
Considering
numbers.
I didn't know
number that we-
shit
that-
about
that we've-
whiskeys
that we've
starting
drunk.
this whole thing.
But the point is, it's like I still look back at that Four Roses Long Branch episode,
Yep.
and am shocked
still
that,
shocking,
that I
yeah.
picked Long Branch. And even in this final episode, I'm still shocked that I picked Russell's. As much as I have drunk Russell's at the 10-year
And think it's very good.
and thought it was
right.
excellent.
Right. I didn't think it'd
I
win the
still
championship.
thought that I was picking Long Branch because of how much I felt that it was better than
Sure.
Four Roses Small Batch.
I agree. So, in my opinion, says I thought Long Branch was going to be one of those that lost early on. And
Right.
even though it's a great whiskey, I think it would have lost early on. And all these other big ones like Few and Whiskey Acres would have just toppled them all. And I thought, wow, it's winning these brackets. And I thought, I'm a Long Branch fan. I'm getting into this. This is great. Long Branch is going to take it all. And then the sleeper, to me, the sleeper was Russell's.
Right.
Because it lost for me in the last bracket. Now, there's no way it's going to
Yep.
go up against this juggernaut now that's been taking down all these other big names for me.
Hey.
I think this whole process has been a lesson in upsets.
Humility, more like
Well, humility,
just
sure,
humility
but-
in the
and I
the
shouldn't
sense
even say
that
upsets, because some of them I did guess
Yeah,
right, and
I
some of them
mean,
I picked
well,
correct, or what I wanted to pick, or what I
yeah.
thought was picking correctly.
and I don't even want to say it's upset because it went along with what we originally intended, which was they got better and harder and better along the way, right? Like it just got, even though we knew, hey, it's Russell's versus this, it just still, to me, it was still harder to distinguish between the two And the final one, which I did not intend, I thought I was going to have a clear winner just because even the semifinals, I had a clear winner on the first sip.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the hell I was doing until the third or fourth sip. Before
I
I'm
also did not have a clear winner until I was 4 or 5
For those that
sips
watched
in.
the episode, I put the bottle up, or the glass up, because that was when I knew that I actually won.
But so
Pay attention.
I think the other thing that is interesting is, as much as we kind of made fun a little bit of our non.
Quit hitting your mic.
He just loves. It's like
smack my bitch up.
You're not Italian.
all right, prodigy.
You know, it's as much as we made a little bit fun of our like blind test.
It helped.
It really showed.
It came out
that it really worked out. I mean, it's
put
like
everything on an even keel.
In multiple cases, we picked the bourbon / whiskey that we didn't think that we were going to pick, because at that moment in those two, that was the better of the two.
Sure.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I mean,
I can't deny that.
Yeah, I liked the way we did it. I think that I'm not saying we're perfect, obviously, but I think that really helped me.
I am perfect.
Well, that too. But I think that helped me focus a little bit
very
more
British of you,
on the flavor itself than the name, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I think we were looking to do. Because
Agreed.
you've got a name and you can slap a name on. I was honestly hoping many moons ago when I brought in the Costco one that you guys would have been like, oh my God, this is great. And as soon as you guys, I was like, shit, I fucked up.
Did you really think?
I didn't know. I had never tried it before. It was one of those. I hope you guys go, oh my God, this is great. And then I go, it was $19.99 or whatever. But it did not live up to that hype. But so I don't care because it was only a $20-some.
I am so glad that was a blind taste test, because I called that shit from the second I smelled
Unintended.
it. You know what?
But it was still better than not Elijah. What was it?
Zachariah
Harris.
But that was the.
I don't
that
know
was
about
the,
that.
No, you're right. That was Kirkland. Zachariah Harris was like the $8.99.
$8.
Yeah.
I got that. $8. Not even 99. I think it was $7.99.
Anyway, we are now over an hour.
We're over an
Oh
hour.
my God!
Son of
Why
a
can't
bitch.
we shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
No, it's not shut the fuck up. It's because it's hard. This was harder than I thought it was going to be.
beat this horse to death.
No, we didn't.
So,
Nay, I
ultimately, what we said was that
Here we go. Beat it some more.
No.
Go ahead. Beat
between
it
the
some
between the three of us, Alien was the best horror movie of
Split
the 70s.
decision.
Split decision. But ultimately, Alien was the best
I
horror
love the
movie.
movie.
Of
Is
the
it split or
70s.
unanimous? Because technically we had 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3 doesn't mean unanimous. Do you know what unanimous
Unanimous
is?
means that everyone
What the-
agrees.
Just I know you agree. You're just
Wait,
being an
We
ass.
had a forum.
I,
At one point you agreed with Alien being a good
And
movie.
then,
well, sure it is a good
and then
movie,
somewhat
but-
surprisingly, in the
Let
same
it
vein, Russell's 10-year was
Is
the best bourbon in the $40 price range.
and that's the only honest reviews. I mean, honestly, you can't do this with movies.
No, because
Bourbon's
that's,
the only
it's
way
No,
what
we
to get
can.
honest
We did our best.
No, I agree, but I'm just saying.
Because
can't have a
you think
blind-
you were right all
can't-
the time.
right. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Anyway, thank you. So as we probably said at the very beginning of this bracket system, there will be more brackets. The next brackets is going to be talking about 80
oh my God,
sorry,
that's going to be such a
movies
challenge.
from the 80s.
There you go.
And we're trying to work out the how we're going to
the
do
$20 bourbon range.
Did we say 20?
30 and under.
Well, 30 and under, but that's $20 range. 15 to 25.
Right. So under $30
15
range
to 20.
of
Under
bourbons.
30. That's
and,
fine. You can
And
call
quite
it under
frankly, the reason why we did that as opposed to doing the $50 range
Full
is
disclosure.
because we are not sponsored.
Yes.
And when we're talking about 80s movies, we already discovered that each of us have way more 80s movies.
This is the golden age of horror.
It is the golden age.
Yeah.
So
And-
there's too many good
And we didn't want to go
movies.
broke
yes.
doing a $50 bourbon
But we
range.
are willing to take any people that are willing to.
So this is the other
send us
discussion
anything
for the next episode.
Do Patreon? Is that what you're saying?
Wow, we get Patreon? We have a Patreon?
We don't have a Patreon.
No, we don't have a Patreon.
We could open
But
one.
we
If,
could have a Patreon.
our
And if
70
we do Patreon, I think Kyle.
You said doo-doo.
I know. It was a band that I was starting to laugh
Fuck
at.
Kyle. What's Kyle going to
I
do
think
with this?
if Kyle wants to no longer be attached to the word "fuck you," Kyle, Kyle,
first one
Kyle.
to put,
I think he
put
should,
money into
he should
Patreon.
put money down. I think
agree.
that's the way it works, right?
Put up or
So
shut up.
We'll put a
Kyle.
Patreon out there just for Kyle.
I think the Kyle's Patreon.
Kyle
And
Patreon.
if I don't see $1 or $2 show up from Kyle, at
We're
some
gonna
point,
fuck you up.
We're gonna fuck you up
So
Kyle.
bad. Anyway,
So
Are
we
we done
will
with this
discuss
episode?
this in the next episode. We will discuss the bracket, what we're going to do, because the 80s is a challenge.
Very.
a challenge.
This is a major undertaking. So we've thought about some things, but we'll talk about those in the next episode. Thank you for watching this episode.
Like,
Thank
comment,
you for-
subscribe.
Please comment.
Tell us what
Please
you think of
comment.
this. I mean,
Please.
we're gonna do.
I
the
want
next,
that more than likes.
The whole purpose of this is we love talking about movies and we want discussions.
Clearly.
We want
Clearly.
discussions. We want to
We're
hear
over an hour.
I would love to
Oh
hear
my
people
God,
say
how
fight
do we
these
do
some
this?
bitches on Omen, but that's just me. Omen versus Halloween.
Listen.
No, you mean Halloween?
Listen. Omen,
Halloween versus
Omen is a
Omen, just the two of them.
fantastic fucking movie, pal.
It's
You
all.
can't deny it. It's an awesome movie.
Anyway,
It is, but it doesn't mean Halloween.
we're going to try and be done with this episode. Let us know what you think about these brackets, and
If you're having as much as fun as we are, honestly, we don't care because
yeah,
we're
we're,
going to
we're,
keep doing it.
we're
not
doing the next-
sponsored.
we're
We're
doing
doing
the
it
next round
anyway.
anyway,
This is our own money.
But let us know what you think. Comment, subscribe, hit the little bell notification.
Like as
and all that
well.
kind
Don't
of
forget
stuff.
the like part. We need that.
like us, please like us.
Liking.
It's like in high school.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Social media, all here, especially in front of Logan's face. And I think we're
Think we're
finally
done.
wrapping
Are we
up.
done?
Thank you.
Boom.
Right, there we
That's
go.
the clap.
There we go.
Done.
Oh!